Hello, hello! Welcome everyone to another round of Super Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo. The runners will be getting ready shortly. But hello everyone. I'm Clevered. I'm going to be commentating this match, AwesomeAggron versus Autumn. Both very talented bingoers and runners of the game in general. I did start the race time, so we should see it on the restream shortly. And it looks like, luckily, the bingo card is working. And yeah, welcome everybody. This is gonna be, I feel like this is gonna be an interesting match today. Looks like Aggron is doing DSTA set to 152. Hopefully he won't be doing much in Cascade for that. And yeah, just waiting on the runners to start in the restream to start talking about the bingo card. Hopefully, it won't be that bad in terms of syncing. Looks like there is going to be a little bit of delay. Let me just see if I can try and fix that. But let's talk about this card on the board. We have 6 unique life ups in the middle. Generally not a bad square. There are 8 in total that are before lost, so that would be pretty optimal if there is an early finish here. Yeah, there's definitely some early finish lines. I do see immediately row 3 and column 3 as wooded finish lines. Unfortunately, I am having a little bit of trouble seeing another early finish. If there is a mod watching, I do not quite understand syncing the streams, so if you please could fix that, that would help a lot. Thank you. Anyways, back to the card. Yeah, currently I only see row 3 and column 3 as lines that have that wooded finish. There is row 4, that does end in Night Metro, which isn't all that bad. But now that I'm looking a bit more, I do see column 4 added on. So I would probably do row 3, column 3, and column 4. That is a actually lost finish. 7 Moons from 8 Bits is a lost finish. Thank you for whoever synced it. I appreciate it. It looks like it did pause for a little bit. I think multiple mods are trying to sync, but I do appreciate the effort, guys. So yeah, this would probably be the most optimal route. It does require a Cascade revisit for that third shiny rock. There are 2 in wooded, 1 of them in deep woods, and you would have to come back to Cascade for that third in the where the broken down Odyssey is. So yeah, I don't think there is much room for difference in this route. This is very much the optimal route. The only other line that's really possible in this scenario is row 4, but that does require, first of all, going to Night Metro and getting a total of 200 regionals, which wouldn't be that fun on this board. So hopefully both of the runners do realize that fact and go for row 3, column 3, and column 4. Autumn going for DSS here. Let's see if they can get it. And it looks like they do. Nailing it, actually. So that'll net them a little bit of time save. I don't think Aggron is going for DSS here, yeah. I did not notice if the runners grabbed the life apart either. And Autumn did not grab the life apart when he was going to the Madame Brood fight. Not quite sure why. It would be pretty fast, but then Aggron grabbing some purples along the way to the Dino. There is 25 regionals cascade, but unfortunately it is in that row 4 with the 200 and a Night Metro visit. So hopefully he does see the optimal lines before it is too late. And I suppose here we can see how much of a difference DSS made. Autumn already finished with the fight. Aggron now just finishing it now. In row 3 is Captain Toad Cascade. Hopefully we will see Autumn going for that, either with the Dino, or honestly warping up to the checkpoint wouldn't be that bad either, but it looks like Autumn is going with the Dino here. Hopefully also going for the life apart. I did not notice this at first, but apparently there's Catch the Rabbit. For some reason when I pick lines I don't really see all of the goals. It's a weird thing that I have. But you would actually you would need to complete Lost to finish that goal. And go to Night Metro, then go back to Lost to Catch the Rabbit, only available on revisit. Okay, Bliplo, I don't... It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that, I swear. Yeah, looks like Aggron also grabbed a timer challenge. Are no Cascade moon goals on this board. Not sure why Aggron is going for it here. But I do suppose since neither runners got any 8-bit moons whatsoever, that might be not be a line that they are going for here. Very interesting. I'm not quite seeing what exactly the runners are going for. Both missing the life aparts and the 8-bit moons. I don't really see any other optimal lines here except row 4. But maybe they are going for a later finish? I'm not quite sure. Autumn in slots, hopefully for the life apart, but apparently not. I'm not quite sure what the runners are doing at this point. Autumn going back in slots, hopefully for the life apart. And it looks like it. Okay. Thank God. Did Autumn miss the life apart? Oh my God. Autumn is fumbling on that life apart. Really unfortunate. Just deciding not to go for it. There are only 8. I suppose if you do go to Metro, you can get the one in City Hall. But that probably wouldn't be the most optimal in this scenario. Very interesting what the runners are doing here. Looks like Aggron did just barely make DSTA. Honestly, he probably did have a couple seconds of leeway. But yeah, so getting that Seed Moon, probably going for 20 Moon Sand. If these runners don't go for 20 Moon Sand, I don't know what they're doing, because they didn't get Life of Parts or 8-bit Moons at all whatsoever. So hopefully we do see what they are doing here. Yeah, there is 35 regionals sand goal. It looks like Aggron took the time to grab a couple more regionals than Autumn just now, grabbing some in the ruins. Hopefully it's not just me. Yeah. Okay. Had a little bit of a lag spike there for me. So I was hoping that it wasn't from the stream. Looks like it wasn't. Yeah, it looks like Autumn is taking the time to grab, honestly, some slower purples. Grabbing the 20 in the town is, they're very, very fast purples, that you can get very easily. Probably will go back to town. Probably still needs to get, the life apart. Looks like Aggron is having some, technical issues. Little lag on his stream. Hopefully that won't affect his gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, I suppose I should explain a little. Aggron is much more skilled in bingo than Autumn, but Autumn does have more of that 80% experience than Aggron, I do believe. So it's looking like, once again, another matchup between bingo knowledge versus 80% experience. We did see Zach in the box winning with the 80% experience. I think earlier today or yesterday. I'm not sure. Time is an illusion to me. But that just proves that Autumn does have a chance to win here. 80% experience does sometimes prevail over bingo knowledge. I'm going for moon shards in the sand here. That is one of the goals on the board. While Aggron is herding sheep. Another goal. Lots of sand goals. Very sand heavy board here. Not sure what exactly Aggron is taking pictures and taking a video of. I did not notice. But it looks like Autumn is grabbing moon shards in the sand, and Aggron is grabbing herding sheep in the dunes. So that those are goals that both runners will be marking off. It did look like it had a little bit of a lag spike there, but it did look like Aggron went into the Moai sub area and is getting those moons now. Yeah, both of them marking off their respective goals, and it looks like Autumn is grabbing the purple coins in the town now. Aggron did buy Jaxi. There are no Jaxi stand goals or things like that, so I'm not quite sure what exactly he's going for here. he is set on moons in terms of the required amount to leave. Does need 4 more if they're going for those 30, not 35, that's the regionals, for the 20 moon sand. Aggron does look like they're having a little bit of mechanical trouble, though, getting up to this round tower area. And it looks like they forgot some purples along the way. Will they be leaving here? No, they're warping into the Jaxi Ruins checkpoint, most likely to get more moons. Yeah, and Aggron marking off 35 regional sand. He is 1 moon short, if he does want to, because he would get both Oasis moons. He will most likely get Shop. But again, neither of the runners getting any 8-bit moons. I suppose they could possibly go for row 1. I didn't really consider that as a row before, simply because of 7 timer challenges. But also, Aggron only got 1 timer challenge. In Cascade. And so I suppose that you could do Wooded Piece in synergy with 26 Moons Wooded to get those extra 2 that you would need, because you would also get the 1 in Deep Woods, both in Lake, both in Cascade, and that would get you 7, including the ones post-Piece. But Aggron didn't get those. So I'm really struggling to understand what the runners are doing in terms of routing here. Looks like Aggron is going for the life apart here, thankfully. Center square makes sense. Also at that 20 moons. So Autumn a little bit further behind in terms of moons. Opts to not get the moons in the Bullet Bill sub area. They are pretty fast moons. Instead opting to just do it for the purples. Is getting more than necessary. Not quite sure why. Maybe confusing purple coin amounts. And I'm pretty sure that Autumn did buy a sticker in based off of the fact that his purple coin is 10 coins lower. So I suppose possibly going for row 1 as well. Yeah, I didn't really consider it a goal at first, to be honest. And by the way, Aggron is teal and Autumn is red. I just wanted to make that clear. Doesn't match the layout on the restream. Yeah, so possibly row 1. But that would require a bunch more timer challenges. At least 1 more, actually. Have to go back to Cascade, at least for Aggron. I'm not quite sure about Autumn. Yeah, Autumn is revisiting Cascade. Possibly for the timer challenges. Can no longer get the life apart here. It is a first visit only life apart. Like Autumn going back to get the sticker? An interesting play. Definitely faster to get the sticker in other kingdoms, but possibly also needs timer challenges here. And it looks like it, yeah, going for the timer challenges. Aggron getting a very sketchy lake clip. I am surprised that they managed to get it. And yeah, Autumn is going for the timer challenges. Honestly, maybe not quite sure as to their route when they were in Cascade originally. I mean, it is my job as a commentator to find the best route and talk about what these runners are doing, but it is very hard as a runner to both be playing the game and looking at a bingo card and routing and thinking about all these things at the same time. So yeah, it is a little bit difficult. And it looks like Autumn... Oh yes, I did forget about the Rock Moon in Cascade. I didn't realize that Autumn would do the revisit this early. Or at least maybe go to Cap first. Autumn probably will go to Cap now, since it is only one... one kingdom away. Not quite sure where what Autumn is doing now. Grabbing purples for the 25 regionals goal? Question mark? Yeah, this is unfortunately all just really slow. Would have been much faster to do on the first visit. Of course, you do have to revisit for the 3 moons from Shiny Rocks. But I'm pretty sure this would have been all much faster. Especially the regionals. Yeah, it looks like Aggron grabbing timer challenges in Lake. Most likely going for 60 Moons Lake. Oh, Autumn taking a fall. Unfortunately, not getting all of the purple coins. Autumn will have to go back to there for the extra, but opts not to. Or decides not to. I'm just very much confused as to what Autumn is doing at this point. Honestly, a little confused on both runners. I very confident that they are going for row 1 at this point. Getting timer challenges and all that. But besides that, I'm not really sure. I do think Aggron is going for column 3. I'm not sure about its third line. I want to say row 3. But Aggron hasn't been getting as many life parts as I'd wish. It looks like he's grabbing one now. But I also did not notice if Aggron got the one in Cap or not. I'm very sure that they didn't get the one in Cascade. Autumn in Cap only getting 1 moon. I did not notice what exactly that moon was, but opting not to go for the 8 moons cap goal. Yeah, this is very interesting, because personally, I mean, as soon as I saw row 3, column 3, row 4, I was it just all made sense to me. I could see why the runners would go for row 1, but other than that, I don't see what exactly makes sense here. I mean, I'm not criticizing the runners or anything. Again, it's really hard to route and all that stuff, but I'm just not quite sure what exactly they're going for at this point. Yeah, Aggron leaving Lake, as Autumn looks like they're entering the boss arena Rango fight. Yeah, and it looks like now Aggron going back to Cap. Hopefully we will see an 8 moons Cap. There isn't really another reason to go back to Cap, except maybe the timer challenges. But even with the timer challenge in Cap, you would still have to do Wooded Piece or go to Day Metro. Because the one pre-piece in Deep Woods, that's the only one pre-piece. So you would have the 2 in Cascade, the 2 in Lake, this one in Cap, and the 1 in Wooded, so that's only 6. So unless they're going to Day Metro, they would need to get Wooded Piece. I do kind of see why Aggron did not originally get the timer challenge down below, probably opting instead to get it on the Cascade revisit. Did not originally think of that when Aggron was originally in Cascade. Yeah, Aggron in the push block sub-area, as Autumn did do the out-of-bounds clip to get all of the purples in these little sections in Lake. Yeah, there isn't a specific purple coin go in Lake. Only yeah, there's actually oh, there is 25 regionals. Like, I did not see that. Not sure why Autumn would go for 25 here. Wouldn't make much sense. It is in lines with both Snow and Seaside. And there is 15. I'm blind. I cannot see anything on this board. There is also 15 regionals Lake, which wouldn't make sense either. Would require either Snow or Seaside again. And Road 2 would be World Peace Metro, which is arguably one of the worst goals in Bingo. Just because of the amount of time it takes and how far into the game it is. Yeah, would not be a goal that we want to see in this race. It looks like Autumn is getting a bunch of purple coins, and it's looking more and more like they're going for row 4 with the 200 rather than column 1, row 2, column 2, row 5 with the 15 and 25 regional coins Lake. Yeah, those are just pretty slow lines that you don't want to go for. Aggron in the Frog Pond sub-area, he is at 5 moons. We'll need one more after this sub-area is done. I'm pretty sure that was only 7 from Aggron, no? Yeah. Autumn headed into Wooded. Let me remind myself of the Wooded goals. We have 10 moons from Nuts, 26 moons Wooded, 1 moon from Goombas you would definitely get in Wooded. There are technically 3 alternatives. 2 of them require going to Snow and Seaside. But the other alternative is Wooded Piece, or not Wooded Piece, Sand Piece, which would definitely not be optimal here. Aggron having a little trouble getting that moon over there, but it looks like the frog, interestingly, like clipped, not necessarily clipped, but was on the edge of the block the block that the frog was on. Just very interesting hitboxing collisions. It did look like Aggron did get 2 stickers as well. So it is looking more and more like Aggron is going for a row 1 I want to say row 1 and row 3 and then column 3. It looks like Aggron did get the hint art and will be getting that timer challenge, as I said before. Yeah, this is where Aggron really shines in terms of routing, and that's why he is the better seed over Autumn. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna make sure. I don't wanna. Yeah, only I think 5th seed or 7th seed or 6th seed. Yeah, Aggron definitely having the advantage here. He did did grab the Rock Moon, I'm pretty sure. So it is looking like a row 1, column 3, row 3 route from Aggron here. Not quite sure what Autumn's lines are. I I do want to say row 4 because they are getting a bunch of regionals. They just haven't gotten those 25 in Cascade. They did get 24, but then died while trying to get the 25th. So I'm just very stumped as to what their route is. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see the runners grabbing life aparts, the rocks, timers, moons, not moons, and all of those in this wooded kingdom. Both runners getting nut clip. Aggron opting to do gate skip, while Autumn opting to do the full any percent nut clip route. And normally you would do gate skip if you are doing those a bunch of moons in wooded, as you would probably go past past spirit here, so it wouldn't make much sense to. It would make much more sense to do those moons later rather than right away after nut clip. Yeah, at this exact point in the match, I do think Aggron does have the upper hand. Just considering the fact that he has routed a bit better than Autumn in this race, and hasn't taken as many deaths as Autumn. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Autumn's actual route is here, because it seems like they're just grabbing regionals for the 200, but at the same time, didn't grab that 25th regional in Cascade. So I'm just pretty, not baffled, that's the wrong word. I suppose stumped, I'll say again, as to what Autumn is doing. Aggron did grab the life apart in the tower. Tempting to go for that 6 life apart goal in the middle. Autumn going for a pipe clip, taking up a couple tries to do it. Unfortunately, ending up not getting it. And Aggron is in the spirit fight. Hasn't gotten into deep woods yet, I believe. So definitely needs to do that for the 3rd shiny rock. Autumn low on health in the flooded pipeway sub area, but luckily is able to make it out of there alive. Yeah, it looks like Autumn is going to go and fight Spirit now. Autumn does have more moons than Aggron. But it is because Autumn did enter did enter Wooded first, and Aggron did go for that 8 moons cap. So we will see how it will play out shortly. Yeah, Aggron at the 16 moon requirement, while Autumn is at 22. We'll only need a couple more. Looks like Aggron is opting to do this story moon here. There aren't any story moon goals on this board, or World Peace Wooded. But I assume that Aggron is doing it for the timer challenges that he needs to get, which would make sense here. So he would have 20 moons if he does do Torque Drift immediately here. And I think it would probably be optimal to do so. Considering the fact that you would have to go back to the charging area to get the timer challenge. To get the timer challenge, and you would get all those moons there, and still needing to go into Deep Woods. Aggron going in that area there for the Nut Moon, and we'll also go here for the other Nut Moon as well. And Autumn getting some love from that Goombet for that 1 moon from Goomba's goal. Aggron did take a death there. I didn't see what actually happened. Looks like they tried to go into Deep Woods, but didn't end up making it into the loading zone. But it looks like they are going to fight Torque Drift now, and hopefully do Deep Woods after all of the timer challenge stuff. They only need one of the two post piece, considering the fact that Aggron does need to go into Deep Woods for the Rock Moon, so will most likely just get the timer in there. Autumn at the 10 moons from Nuts, at the 26 in Wooded, didn't actually mark off 1 moon from Goombas. Is Autumn going for row 1, column 1, and some other line here? Because I don't see his third line yet. It looks like they are going back to a kingdom. I didn't quite see which kingdom. I guess I'll see in a second, because I was looking at the bingo board. Going back to Lake, out of all kingdoms. Not sure why. Getting the Notes Moon, are they going for 16 Moons Lake now? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Autumn has gone back to kingdoms several times at this point. I'm pretty sure it was actually only 3 times at this point. But yeah, very interesting plays that Autumn is making. Aggron finishing up the torture fight, grabbing that multi-moon, is now at peace in Wooded. Will grab the timer in the charge area, most likely, and will grab all of the moons surrounding it to get that 26. And also going into Deep Woods, of course. I'm not actually sure how you do get that life apart after Peace without the tanks. It did look like Aggron forgot about it and tried to go back and get it. Yeah, Autumn just collecting moons in Lake. I'm not quite sure. Definitely not the most optimal play. Aggron getting that timer challenge. And 2 moons remain. Only 2. Hopefully we'll just be going into Deep Woods for those other 2. Interestingly, opts to go for this timer challenge instead of the one in Deep Woods. I'm not that knowledgeable about Deep Woods, so maybe this is faster. Yeah, but I don't know. But they definitely do have to go into Deep Woods for that Rockman. Looks like they will here. Autumn in Jump, Cling, and Climb. Hopefully we don't see an unfortunate death in here. Aggron did mark off 26 and 10 nut moons early. Interesting play. Maybe to mess with the mindset of his opponent. But he is actually done with moons now. I'm very confident that he is also done on nuts. He did grab a bunch of extra nuts like Spinning Platform, Treasure, and Over the Cliff's Edge. Hopefully he doesn't die in Deep Woods to the Dino, but it looks like that isn't happening. And it looks like Autumn really did just go to Lake to get the 16 moons. Very interesting play. Also going to Cap, I assume to grab the regionals, going for row 5. And at this point, all Aggron needs is Life Aparts, beat Lost, go back to Lost, and catch that rabbit. And get the moon, even though it's not very clear. I'm joking, I'm joking! I've moved on. I'm not gonna explain for those who don't know. Yeah. So, I think all of these revisits from Autumn will very much cost them the win here. Definitely not one of the smarter plays in this bingo card. Yeah, getting those 25 regionals in Cap. So it is looking like Autumn is doing the C route. Row 1, column 1, and row 5. Haven't actually seen that one recently. Seen a lot more of the U, column 1, row 5, column 5. So very interesting play. Definitely not optimal considering going all the way to snow. Both runners in the cloud fight at this point. Aggron is finishing it up while Autumn is just entering. Yeah, very much looking in Aggron's favor at this point. But I'm not sure how many life aparts that Aggron does have. He did collect 1 in Lake, 1 in Wooded, and I'm not really sure about anywhere else. So hopefully they can get all of those life aparts shortly. Most likely it is faster to revisit kingdoms. Actually, I'm not sure. It probably would be faster to get the one in City Hall, but I'm not sure if he did get the one in Cap and Cascade. So that would put him at 4 at this point. Oh, he did get the one in Sand, so that would be 5. So only needing one more and probably getting the one in City Hall. Oh, Autumn, it looks like taking a death? Yeah. Unfortunate. Did do a second roll boost rather than long jumping to the other platform. Hopefully we'll not make the same mistake twice. Yeah. Much better meme tree from Autumn. Aggron taking a death on the final moon. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. Hopefully does not get kleptoed when getting the moon. Oh, dying again, unfortunately. It is really hard when you're trying to avoid klepto. You're very conscious of what you're trying to do. Looks like getting it this time, just barely. So yeah, very, very angry about that considering all of the captures taken. Yeah, so hopefully Aggron did get the left apart in Cap and the left apart in Cascade while I was not looking. And will only need the one in City Hall. Autumn, unfortunately, missing Cage Triple. Not being able to crouch at the end there. So yeah, hopefully all Aggron needs is this last life apart in City Hall. I'm not actually sure if the... Oh, Autumn also taking a death on peeking under the bridge. I'm not sure if the one in the dumpster in Night Metro is available, or only in Day Metro is it available. Oh, and it looks like Autumn got kleptoed. No! I would have definitely just died there to avoid the even the possibility of getting klepto there. Very unfortunate turn of events for Autumn. Yeah, and it looks like Aggron is going to City Hall, hopefully to get his last life apart. And it looks like he is taking the W on this match. Definitely getting a sub 50 as well, if this is his last one. Getting some scuffed City Hall movement, but that's okay. Oh, I think the sub 50 is definitely still in Aggron's future. Yeah, Autumn now leaving Lost. And if doing the C route, will have to go to Snow for that one checkpoint. Please let this be the last one. It does not look like it's the last one, unfortunately. Is Aggron fighting the Wiggler? Aggron is fighting the Wiggler. And I assume it is literally only for the life apart in the dumpster near City Hall. This is a very interesting match. Lots of mistakes in terms of routing and mechanical mistakes. It's all just pretty unfortunate for the runners here. Yeah, so it looks like Aggron is literally just doing Mecha Wiggler for that life apart in the dumpster. And hopefully then he can catch the rabbit in Lost and finish out this Mingo. I don't know if it will be a sub 50 at this point. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit close. Actually very close. Looks like Autumn is in City Hall. We'll need to grab those 20 moons in order to go to Snow for that one checkpoint. Looks like Aggron did not get a sub 50 in real time. In real time, it is a minute ahead. Unfortunately, not getting that sub 50. But yeah, it looks like Aggron warping to the tower. Quite frankly, only to get the life apart right here. Yeah, and Aggron gets it and is leaving. All he needs to do now is catch the rabbit. That's it. Looks like Autumn did get Giggler. I was not paying attention. Yeah, it does very much look like it's gonna be a W for Aggron here. All he needs now is to catch that rabbit. And hopefully he will do so. And he does it. And gets the moon. 37. Unfortunately, does still end on moon take. We'll lose him a couple seconds. Did not actually finish in the race time until 50-55. Yeah, I will get him in for a post-game interview in just a second. Give me 1 second for me to grab the link. Not Aggron. Autumn, is just entering Day Metro now. Hello, Aggron. Welcome in.
Okay, first of all, life parts so much. Like, literally the worst goal ever. Yes, even worse than planning the leaks at this point.
Really?
I can't believe the Sherms disappear. I think there's a coin coffer, but I honestly couldn't be bothered to check, because I couldn't remember if it was post-piece or post-game. So yeah, that's cool. So I had to do Day Metro because I forgot the life apart after hitting the targets. That was great.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Was
great. At least it didn't cost me the race.
Yeah. Luckily, Autumn did have to do a bunch of revisits. Some I'm not even sure why.
I don't even know what happened. I'm so mad at myself because immediately after picking my route, I'm like, wait, isn't C4 just better? But I already left Cascade without, like, the 8 bits. Granted, there is a revisit I can do. Like, is it worth it? I don't know. And then all that dumb crap happened with the life apart. I'm just, dude, what the actual heck?
Very unfortunate.
I could have legitimately lost this match, man.
Yeah, luckily for you, Autumn taking a very interesting route, going to Snow. Looks like he's doing the C route.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him doing that with the 200 regionals, I'm like, I think I'm okay, even with this incredibly egregious mistake. But I'll be honest, in all my years of playing SMO Triple Bingo, I don't think I've made as big of an error as that one. That was really bad.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate to watch. I was just struggling to figure out what you guys were doing at the start, because I immediately saw row 1, column 3, column 4. I immediately saw it.
And I think me without alcohol in my system would have easily picked that. But in my mind, I was like, I don't want to do 8-bits. 8-bits kind of suck. So I'm like, I don't want to do 8-bits. And then I just chose a route without 8-bits, but it turns out it was terrible. Who would have thought? I mean, granted, it's not like that much worse. So I was like, it's fine. Honestly, it should be fine. And it would have been had I not completely goofed up the life apart situation.
Yeah, that was pretty
Like
unfortunate.
6? We're goofing up 6? I can understand 8, but we're goofing up 6. Like, that's a new one for me.
Yeah, did you not get the one in Cascade or Cap?
I got the one in Cap, but not Cascade, and the one in Cascade disappears after your first visit.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
And that was also really dumb of me, because I was literally right there. I was up there to get the timer challenge, but I'm like, I'm going to do the timer challenge, I'm going to get Toad, I'm going to dip. And then on the revisit, I'm going to get the other timer and the rock. But that was really stupid of me, because it was literally right there. I could have gotten it. It would have saved me a whole lot of headache. Initially, I was like, okay, I could just do the tower and night metro to get my 6, and that won't be too big of a detour. Kind of still sucks, but, like, still not terrible to the point where, like, I could lose the match, right? But, like, as soon as I beat Torque Drift, and then I realized, wait a minute, there's no Sherms. Of course there's no Sherms. Why would there be Sherms after the fact? Like, my mind immediately, like, broke in half. Like, I felt like... I'm trying to give an analogy here, and I can't come up with one right now, but, you see this torpedo on my screen?
No, the restream isn't up
So
to
you see
date.
him walking toward me?
No, I don't. The restream is a minute behind.
My mind was basically that. It was just like a walking fear that, man, I seriously effed up. Like, in all my years of playing Triple Bingo, I don't think I effed up as badly as I did.
Yeah, you know, luckily... luckily, Autumn did make a bunch of mistakes in terms of routing.
Of course. No, but, like, I mean, even in my first match against Dylan, yeah, sure, I missed an entire line that was super obvious. But generally, my gameplay was still good enough where it, like, felt like a good board, good race. It was just unfortunate that, like, the lines were just so specific on what I needed to pick. But, like, here, it's like, man, like, that type of mistake versus, like, a more experienced runner, I would have lost this race 100%.
Yeah, not sure why Autumn is in the Rocket sub area here.
Yeah, so rule of thumb for everyone in this tournament: do not drink 3 glasses of wine before playing your bingo match. You will that would regret it.
Yeah, no, that's just
I made a boo-boo. It was very bad. Don't do that, please. You know, even though I drank it like 3 hours ago, I could still feel like the slight like headache and effects of alcohol, if you know what I mean. But it's just like, man, like, what am I doing? Like, what made me get to this point? Honestly, I mean, granted, this is the first board since coming back that I didn't sub 50, so like, I guess that's cool. I mean, for such an egregious mistake, it deserves to not sub 50.
I understand you are a little bit mad. I do have to talk a little bit about commentary, unfortunately.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah, Autumn did finish in real time. Will finish in just a moment on the restream. So let's see if we can get him in for a post interview in a second. So we can all discuss about the mistakes we made in this match.
Yeah, playing bingo under the influence of alcohol. Not exactly my smartest idea.
Yeah, hopefully we can...
Like, well, I already scheduled the match. I got a little hammered drinking with family at dinner. It's just like, well, you know, there could be worse things that I could do.
It looks like Autumn is here. Hello!
Hello.
Hey, Autumn.
Yeah, Agron was just ranting about all of the mistakes he made. Would you like to join?
There were too many.
Yeah, so like in between the first 10 minutes, I had about 4 different routes I wanted to do until I just kept molding.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just watching you. I couldn't figure out what you were doing because you went back to Cascade for those regionals,
Yeah.
but then ended up only getting 24, and then also getting the Moon from Goombas but not marking it off. It was, yeah. Honestly, I don't think the route you picked was terrible. It's just really that the fact that it's a snow finish really sucks.
It's not egregious, but the problem is, like, there are early finishes here, and they are just better than pretty much anything Snow Seaside you can do on this board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wish I could say more. Like, I wish I could say, like, oh, wow, I actually played pretty well, and, you know, but no, I didn't. I didn't play well at all.
It's okay. We all have our days. Mark, it was also Mark's day today. Unfortunately, he wasn't playing well either and decided to forfeit the match earlier.
Dude, this group stage was
considering
surprisingly stressful for me because it's like, oh, I took an L against Dylan. I wasn't supposed to do that. Wait,
Yeah.
Autumn's really good at the game, and I'm washed AF. If we get like a certain card, I could literally lose in group stage.
Yeah, exactly. If this was a more any percent heavy card, then
Oh yeah,
this would have
100%.
been
I would have
much.
lost.
Yeah, it would have been much better for Autumn.
Well, I mean, I don't know about 100% could have lost because like there's always like routing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Anything routing, I'll probably
like lose. Man. Clearly my head was not ready for this match. I might have scheduled this too quickly, to be honest. I was just like, oh, let's just get it done. But then I realized I'm like bad still. Like
okay.
I'm not like bad, but like I don't feel ready like for bracket stage yet, and that's like frustrating me right now because I'm pretty sure my first opponent's BP, so I'm probably just.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
I mean, it's my fault. I lost against Dylan, so that's my punishment. But it's like, man, like, you know, if I am going to beat him, like, I really need to prepare, and I'm just not prepared. And I think this match really showed that.
Yeah, well, luckily there is some time still to practice.
Correct. There is some time. But, it's not looking good. It's probably the first Yu-Gi-Oh tournament where I'm probably getting out early in a while. So, that's kind of unfortunate, but, you know, you can't win them all.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's still fun, so we'll play it out. We'll see what happens. Maybe I could perform a miracle exercise versus BP.
Maybe his internet goes out,
like,
you know, the usual.
Back and forth, but like I'm not in my prime right now. And he's been playing a lot. All Moons definitely helps the bingo brain a lot. So
yeah.
With that in mind, I'm just like not quite there yet.
Yeah, well,
a little frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah, but still, GG's, congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely not my best work. We should be playing better.
Yeah, so, let me just talk about the later matches, this week. None of them have been scheduled to a specific SpeedGaming channel yet. Oh, never mind, the one tomorrow did get scheduled. We have, another match with Autumn, Autumn versus JCar on the main SpeedGaming channel, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to go and watch that. We also have matches that haven't been scheduled to a specific channel yet. We have Mesa versus Lucid on Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern, and Combo versus Placid on Friday, September 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to come around for all of those matches. Some pretty good bingo coming your way. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing. It was very interesting one to commentate.
It was definitely a match. What was Autumn's real-time finish again?
Real time was 57:24, but
okay.
Yeah, 57:27 on the race time. So
dude, I was panicking because I'm like, man, if all he has to do in day metro is just do any percent, I might just be boned. Because like I legitimately didn't know like how many regionals he's already collected. You know, 200 total regionals is one of those goals where it's like you have no idea where your opponent's at in terms of like the progress with that. Also, I need to know if the coin coffer's here.
Oh yeah, I
Where is
thought
it?
that coin coffer was there too. Is it not? Did you not check?
I'm looking. I don't see him. So, oh, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we know that he appears in post-piece and not post-game. Well, he appears in both, but now we know.
Yeah. I think we are going to end here. Check out the runners.
Yeah,
You can also check out me if you want. I'm not as good as these people playing, but I do like to play sometimes. Thanks
I mean,
everyone.
I don't know, man. You'd probably compare it to my performance there.
All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for sticking around. Make sure to watch all of those matches that I mentioned. Hopefully they will all get restreamed. And yeah, thank you guys for playing. I'll see you.
Of course, of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.